You're clocking in for another minimum wage shift. You're 24. At 16, you won 1.9 million pounds in the lottery. Today, there's exactly 2.13 pounds in your bank account and no car in the driveway. Turns out 1.9 million pounds can evaporate faster than teenage confidence. Here's exactly how you got here. Let's set the scene. Cumbria, England, 2003. You're 16 years old, living in a small house with your mom and stepdad. Weekends mean shifts at the co-op for £3 and 60 pence an hour, counting coins for the bus fare home. Your mom cleans houses for families who seem to live on another planet entirely. Dinner some nights is beans on toast, split 3 ways. You've never owned anything designer. Your biggest luxury is a secondhand bike your stepdad fixed up for your birthday. School is unremarkable. You're not the popular one, not the smart one, just another face in the hallway. One Saturday, almost as an afterthought, you buy a lottery ticket with change from your shift. You check the numbers that night, half distracted by homework you'll never finish. Then everything stops making sense. You've won 1.9 million pounds. By Monday morning, reporters are camped outside your front door. Neighbors who never said hello now wave from across the street. You are overnight the most famous 16-year-old in Britain, and nobody hands you an instruction manual. The first purchase is modest. A navy blue Ford Ka still smelling of factory plastic. It feels like the biggest achievement of your life. Then you buy your mom a house, a real one, with a working fireplace and a garden that isn't shared with 3 other families. She cries in the empty living room, and for a moment the money feels like it was worth it just for that. But modest doesn't last. Within months, you're funding holidays for friends who barely knew your name a year ago. A trip to Marbella here, a weekend in London there, 14,000 pounds disappears on a single shopping afternoon at Selfridges, 3 handbags and a leather jacket you'll wear twice. Your phone becomes a switchboard of requests. Distant cousins reappear. Old classmates who never invited you anywhere now text nightly. We're going out, you coming? You always say yes, and you always pay. A boyfriend arrives, older, unemployed, full of plans that never materialize. You buy him a car, then a better car for his cousin because it seems unfair not to. You cover his rent, his nights out, his mounting requests, and call it love. Cosmetic procedures follow, veneers, a nose job. Because you can. Because everyone around you treats spending like breathing. Every birthday grows bigger than the last. Your 19th costs 20,000 pounds and ends with photos splashed across gossip columns. The tabloids love you. Britain's luckiest teenager, they call you, snapping photos outside clubs at 3 a.m., your face blurred just enough to sell papers without a lawsuit. You start believing the headlines, that this is simply what winning looks like. Then, quietly, the first warning arrives. A full year in, your accountant hands you a printout. 500,000 pounds spent. £500,000, and you can't account for most of it. The number should terrify you. Instead, you fold the paper and go shopping. And that number? It's about to get a lot smaller. And the people around you a lot more demanding. Stay with me. Your mom starts to worry out loud. This isn't a salary, Callie. It has to last. You respond by booking her a spa weekend, hoping kindness will drown out the warning. Meanwhile, your inner circle balloons. A friend moves into your spare room, then her sister follows. Things start disappearing, a necklace, a stack of cash you'd hidden for emergencies, clothes you never see again. You don't ask questions. Asking feels like accusing, and accusing feels lonely. The boyfriend's requests escalate. A gambling debt here, a business opportunity there. You wire money without asking for details because details make the request feel real, and real feels uncomfortable. Advisors cycle through your life like temp workers. Each one warns you to slow down, to save, to build a trust. Each one is fired within months for the crime of saying no. The one who finally sticks around simply stops arguing. The tabloids sharpen their tone. Wild child blows through fortune, reads one headline, above a grainy photo of you crying outside a nightclub. Mascara smudged, taxi door half open. Your mom sees it before you do and calls, worried. You tell her you're fine. You are not fine. By your 20th birthday, over £500,000 has vanished on helping friends and family alone. Cars, rent, bail money, business loans that never produce a single sale. You start hiding cash in shoeboxes and taped envelopes behind the wardrobe. It disappears anyway, always with a plausible excuse attached. You think that's the most reckless decision in this story? You're wrong. It gets worse. There's no single moment where it all falls apart. Just 1,000 small yeses stacked on top of each other until the floor gives way. A friend shows up in tears. Her partner's left, she can't cover rent. You write a check for £2,000 without blinking. An uncle calls about losing his house. £7,000 wired within the hour. A cousin wants to open a bakery. You fund the entire startup. Never seeing a business plan, never seeing a loaf of bread. The properties start slipping first. You sell your own house to cover a friend's legal trouble, convincing yourself you're doing the right thing. The car goes next, traded for cash to settle a debt that was never yours to pay. Jewelry follows, pawned quietly, piece by piece, until the boxes on your dresser sit empty. Your last advisor resigns, citing irreconcilable differences, which is corporate language for exhaustion. Nobody is left to say no. One winter morning, you open your banking app expecting the usual dwindling number. Instead, £3.27. By the following week, 17p. The push notifications simply stop because there's nothing left to notify you about. The boyfriend disappears without a conversation, his side of the closet emptied overnight. Friends stop replying to texts they once answered within seconds. The papers naturally find out before your own family does. Teen lottery winner broke by 22. You read it standing in a supermarket queue, and for the first time, you feel nothing at all. The world contracts fast. You move back in with your mom into a bedroom smaller than the one you left at 16. The Ford Ka and every car after it are gone. The designer bags are gone. The friends are gone. Work becomes necessary, not aspirational. Cleaning shifts, temp jobs, evenings at a care home changing sheets and pouring tea for people twice your age. The wages barely cover groceries, let alone the life you used to know. You pawn what little remains, a bracelet from an ex, a watch nobody remembers gifting you. Each sale buys another week of quiet. At the till, you see your own face on a tabloid cover. Tragic fall of Britain's youngest millionaire. And slide it face down before the cashier notices. Some people in town still whisper. Others simply pity you, which somehow feels worse. A child on the bus asks if you're the lottery girl. You nod. He shrugs and goes back to his phone. No judgment, no fascination, just a fact. For the first time in years, that indifference feels like relief. His financial advisor is watching all of this, helplessly, from the sidelines. Where are you now? Back where you started. Almost. You rent a small flat with your 2 children, working steady shifts as a care assistant. There are no stylists, no entourage, no calls demanding just a small loan. Just bills, paid on time, and quiet evenings that finally feel like your own. You've become an advocate for changing the law. No lottery jackpots for minors. Not out of bitterness, but because you know exactly what 16 looks like with £1.9 million and no roadmap. You speak in schools sometimes. A kid once asked if it was fun. You told him the truth. Not for as long as I hoped. Your relationship with your mom has healed slowly, rebuilt over fish and chips instead of spa weekends. Anonymity, once unbearable, has become the greatest luxury you own. You won £1.9 million as a child. You lost every penny before you were old enough to rent a car. The money was never the problem. The money never is. Subscribe. Next week, we look at the man who turned $27 million into a storage unit and a single pizza.